Hello and welcome to a little chit chat with Ray Babalola. So let's just jump straight into it. This is going to be just a 30-minute conversation. Well, me talking at you, and whoever wants to ask questions can. And it's just going to be about the different roles in a project, because there is not only a project manager in a project. There are lots of roles, and I've got a lot of books to just flash at you, and then we'll keep this going. So different roles in a project. I'm going to just start off by saying I'm going to assume that everyone knows what a project is. If you don't, just pause and Google it later on. Yeah, come back. So different roles in a project. The first one that I'm going to talk about is your project manager. And I'm going to just talk about them for a little bit. A project manager is there to manage a project. That's it. They're there to coordinate aspects, ensure that things start and finish on time, that things are available and as and when the doers need it. So, project managers. A traditional project manager has to do a lot. You're doing business cases, you're doing PIDs, you're doing risk, you're doing budget, you're doing ABCD, EFG. Okay, even in that, if the PM cannot do something, they go to other people, they delegate. You don't have to have all the skills or know how to run a project as a whole in terms of budgets and so on and so forth to be a project manager. That's one. Two, it's not just IT that requires project managers. So a little story time. I trained in EAT in 2018, and there was a lady that was a service. She worked in the shops, and she just sort of found her way in the course. And then on day 2, she was like, "Oh, right, can I actually do this job? Like, I understand what you're teaching, so could I, but I just work in the food shop." I was like, wait, just tonight, Google project managers in the food industry, and you'll see what you can, there are different types of project managers required. Just how can you coordinate this thing from start to finish? In saying that, it's not just them. There are other roles. So I'm going to go on to our PMO, our project management officer. They're there to help coordinate what the PM needs done. They do. So it is important that you understand the method that the project is using, that the company also uses. When it comes to methods, there's Prince2, there's Agile, there's ITIL, there's so on and so forth. Whichever one you are using, learn that one. So this is why, like, it's very difficult for someone to say, okay, let me just break into being a project manager or a PMO. Okay, which method are you going to use? What method are you going to learn, and what practice are you going to use? So that is our PMO. And then there is your resources manager. Your resources manager is a role that assists the PM, but really and truly only when things go bad. They are there to help reallocate resources, help re-budget, help adjusting of goals, creating new requirements, and so on and so forth. And they must be very, 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 very much skilled and experts in what they are doing. Must be skilled, must be expert. We call you as and when we need you, but this is a role that is very much embedded into projects. And then we have our business sponsor or our project sponsor. So in Prince2 talk, it is your project sponsor. In DSDM Agile talk, it is your business sponsor. And what do? They hold the purse strings. They are usually the most senior person on the project, but not as a whole. Your business sponsor gives you the vision and then comes in and checks up on it. This role is for somebody that is quite senior. You have to be senior to be a project sponsor or a business sponsor. Of course, you hold the purse strings. And then we have, who I'm going to spend some time on, the business analyst. Okay, the business analyst is a role that is very much slept on. Very, very, very much slept on. A business analyst is a person that analyzes the business. They basically comb through the business, seeing how this project is going to affect it. How can we improve it? What do we actually need? That's one side. Second side, they interact and face the customer. If you have a good BA, your life will just run totally smoothly in a project, because they talk to the customer for you. So BAs are naturally detailed people. They are all about detail. They are all about value. A BA will ensure that whatever is being done is to give the customer what they actually need. A business analyst also helps when you are working, if you have any questions. So I once had a project 2 weeks delayed because of a color blue. The whole system is done. What color do you want the website? Midnight blue or periwinkle blue? Nobody could answer. It would affect the entire organization, but it was just that one little bit. Business analysts should be able to slap that out. This can get silly. A business analyst, I've been in places where BAs are writing minutes. Oh, the cheek. How dare you? They are your biggest tool. So yeah, your biggest tool. Is that a good thing to say? Yeah, they are your strongest weapon, I would say. Yeah, your strongest weapon. Use your business analyst. They are there to ensure that your requirements make sense. They work closely with the team and with the customer, ensuring that you get value. And then we have, when it comes to your business analyst, they also make fantastic product owners. So the product owner role is becoming very popular because Scrum is being used widely now. Scrum is a product management method for complex environments. It's where you would have your Scrum master. So your Scrum master, okay, that's a role that we're going to get to, but your product owner is basically the person that represents the customer or the business in the working period that you have. Again, any questions? So in DSDM, in a different method, this person is called your business ambassador. That's another role again. So when you are searching for jobs, it's not all about job titles. So sometimes, apply for things that are bigger, that maybe okay, I'm going to pause there. Let's talk about money, you guys. Let's talk about money. So I hear a lot of people saying, I want to get into project management to make £400 a day. Okay, great. Amen. You will get there one day. Amen. But as per now, you have no experience. You are dreaming big and it's very good, but how you think you're going to get there? Like, who do you think you are? Come on, let's be humble. If you're going to get jobs of that sort of day rate, trust and believe you have to hit the ground running. You have to know exactly what you are doing. You will come in and be pushed into the deep end because something has gone wrong. That's why you've now come in as a contractor to fix it. You should be good with budgets. You should be good with risks. Very diplomatic because you will come in when things are very chaotic. So yeah, when it comes to day rates and money, please ensure that you have the experience before you're thinking about jumping into that role. Same thing goes for business analysts. Again, they make quite a bomb. A BA can make up to like $750 a day. That's a senior BA, and juniors coming in, again, depending on your skill, 200. Okay, so that's our business analyst, and we're speaking about the product owner. Coolio. So let's go on to our business visionary. Your visionary is someone that dedicates more time to your project. They are senior and they dedicate more time to your project. They're there to basically answer questions. So in Agile, we work in time boxes. A time box is a box of time. It's 2 to 4 weeks. You don't extend it. You don't cut it short. It is what it is. So in a time box, at the start and the end of a time box, the visionary comes in to say, okay, at the start, here's what I need. Here is the vision. Here is the goal that we are trying to reach. At the end, they come and say, okay, I told you the vision. Did you meet it? This ensures that you always meet quality. This ensures that you always meet quality. So please ensure that there's someone that that owns the vision, and it should be one person. Now, I hate saying this because, but if you have one vision, you have one direction. I laugh at it myself, so I don't like saying it. But we need one visionary, one person. Because if there's one person that's always answering our questions, then we know where to go to when things go wrong. Not that, oh, who did this, who did that, who made this choice, and so on and so forth. One person, one vision is one direction. And so we're going to go on to our Scrum Master. Our Scrum Master, aka Scrum Queen. So I used to be a Scrum Master. I contracted doing that for quite a bit and I loved it. A Scrum Master is basically the person that helps an organization figure out how to use Scrum. Yeah. They are the master of Scrum in an organization. So I like to always flip job roles back. Project manager, where you're managing a project. Scrum Master, you are the master of Scrum. That's it. You have no power. You are there to basically empower a team, ensure that the Scrum events are held and in a specific time frame. Ensure that people are empowered, that the Scrum values are met, and you also educate people outside of your team on how you are working. A Scrum Master role is extremely valuable, especially in this time that we are in. A lot of people are using the Scrum methodology. A lot of companies are going down the Scrum route because a sprint is a time box, 2 to 4 weeks. And you get value at the end each time. So Scrum Master is a fantastic role. So in order to be a Scrum Master, it's those sort of roles that you have to get experience before you get there. Because it's very rare to just say that, okay, I'm going to go from being a project manager in a very Prince 2 sense and to go and being a Scrum Master. It's very different. You have to sort of build your knowledge, build your experience, because eventually when you get to that team, you got to think outside of the box. It depends on the type of person that you are that will also make you be a nice or bad Scrum Master, to be fair. A good PM that doesn't like power can make a fantastic Scrum Master. However, if you cannot let go of power, Scrum Master would not suit you at all. You would just basically upset yourself. You are a servant leader. Servant leader is someone that is there to serve and make people happy. You do as you're told. Basically, a Scrum Master works for the team. You work for the development team. And then you teach others outside how they are working and improving, and you help to get there, and you put yourself there. Cool. That is our Scrum Master. And then we have our actual doers. The doers. So again, the roles in a project. People that actually do the work. Now, if I ask you to do something for me, I'm asking you because I don't know how to do it myself. The business tells you what to do. They shouldn't be telling you how to do it. That's down to the doers. Your doers are your project team, your solution. Well, in a traditional project, it's your project team. In an agile project, is your solution development team. In a Scrum team, it's your dev team, and so on and so forth. But it's one that do the work. Now, what we say in a project, ideally, and in an agile project, definitely, you should have all of the skills that you need to build a thing that is going to have hands building this thing should be in the team. So if you're going to design a car, from your designers to your testers to the actual engineers and so on and so forth, you are one team. If you're going to build a house, your bricklayer, your plumber, your electrician, your specialists are in that team. If it's going to be a 10-foot cake that's shaped like a tree, your baker, your icer, your taster, I don't know, whatever, yeah, they are your doers. Please ensure that what skills do you need to work in a project? First of all, you obviously need your specialist skills. So if you are a developer, a tester, a baker, engineer, planner, organizer, events person, whatever you are, be a specialist at that. And then be a team player. But do learn the actual method. So there are processes that you will have to follow. Every company will have their own procedure for you to use anyways, but you should understand the method they are using, i.e. Prince 2, i.e. Agile, i.e. Safe, i.e. DevOps, and so on and so forth. And then we go on to our technical leads or your technical coordinators. Now, again, it's not just for IT. So if you're building a car, the lead designer or the lead engineer. If you're building a cake, the person that is going to ensure that the cake doesn't fall over. That is your lead person. They basically tell you what tools to use to ensure that you meet quality. This person is usually very senior. They are an expert at their field. So they basically help to define the quality, help you define the standards. They create the technical vision, monitor, evaluate, give advice. Again, they must be very senior and they must know it all, because if we get stuck, it's you that we come to. Or we go to our advisors, aka your SMEs, your subject matter experts. That is our last role that I'm going to talk about. So your subject matter experts is just literally, if we don't know what to do, if things go really bad, what do we do? Who do we call? So I'm going to talk about Agile. There are two roles called your business advisor and your technical advisor. So if you get stuck, who do you call? So let's say we are building a double trees and we get stuck. Who do we call? The Hiltons, the big sister. You know, she's done it before, she'll do it again. That sort of thing. If you get stuck, this is who you go to. So that is all the roles that I'm going to speak about today, and I hope that that gives you some sort of insight. Please use Google. Google stuff. Google it. Google what sort of jobs your skill can get you. Now I'm going to talk about methods, you guys. Methods. I'm going to finish off on this. When you want to upskill, when you want to better yourself, please do research first. If you want to be a project manager, what type of environment do you want to work in, and what methods do they use? So, I'll tell you what. I started off with Prince 2. Oh wait, how did the YouTube girls do it again? Wait, they do it like... Okay, whatever, you can see it. The Prince book. I was very much in a waterfall environment, and this is what I learned. And then we went on to Lean. And I learned a bit of Six Sigma. Now, this is just basically what helped me get through the door. And then we go on to DSDM. And then we go on to SAFe. There are so many different... It's going to fall over. There are so many different methods out there. Please ensure that you are getting the most out of what you are paying for. Please ensure that, because if I'm telling you that I can teach you all of these courses in 3 months and you be an expert, how believable is that? Please ensure that your timescales are realistic, and what you're being sold is too. Because I tell you what, upon everything that I showed you, I can really and truly only work in... in these 3 areas. Those are my and Scrum, but my Scrum guide is somewhere else. I can only work in those 4 areas. I actually have knowledge and I have experience. Everything else, not so much. Six Sigma, this is really hard. For those of you that work in this environment, this and DevOps, I mean, okay, wow. It's just, it's all about quality improvement, constant automation, quality. It's a bit much still. But please ensure that you are focusing on the right one. If you work in sales, if you're trying to get down that sales route, Six Sigma is the one for you. No word of a lie. If it's IT, then I will stick with DSDM or Prince 2 or Prince 2 Agile. If it's a program environment, learn SAFe. Oh, that's no role. The last role that we'll speak about is a program manager. What is a program? Is a bunch of projects put together, and the person that ensures that all of them make sense and meet quality and match the plan and match the vision and so on and so forth. That is a very big job, very senior also. Well, thank you for your time, and thank you for coming on my first live session, and I hope to see you again soon, and I will be doing these more often. All right, toodle pip. Thank you so much. Bye.